What's going on, guys? This is TJ Lowerman, aka ThatSportsGamer. In this video, we're going to take a look at the Baltimore Orioles and MLB 13, the show. They're a pretty good young team, and the problem is their age might do them in if you're going to be doing a franchise with them. A bunch of good players, but they're right at the cusp of being top of the line. So let's head over there and take a look at who they got. All right, starting with just their best overall players. You got Matt Wieters behind the plate and Adam Jones in center field. But let's just quickly hop over to their starting pitching with Miguel Gonzalez, Wei-Yin Chen, Jason Hamill, Chris Tillman, and Jake Arrieta. They're all pretty decent guys. Gonzalez is only an 84, so he's probably gonna be subpar compared to the rest of the number ones and twos in the league. So that might be an issue. Some good things you got down here is Dylan Bundy, only 20 years old, with a 79 overall and an A potential. Also, Zach Britton's 25 with a 78 and an A potential. And then you have Freddie Garcia and Jair Jurgens, in case you have any problems, need to call someone up. But kind of a weak overall rotation, but they have good depth. As you can see, they have a lot of guys above 75, but the problem is they don't have anybody above 85. Moving to their bullpen, you have Darren O'Day, who's going to be the setup man. Then you got Pedro Strop, Luis Ayala, and Brian Mattis, and Daniel Schlereth, Tommy Hunter. Another good mix of middle of the road guy. Nobody really great, nobody too terrible. Scott Proctor can eat up a bunch of innings for you. And then closing it out, you got Jim Johnson, pretty good closer. With a pretty nasty two-seam fastball, so that's going to be something you're going to want to rely on. But nobody really in the pen backing him up at the closer spot. I guess you could probably do Luis Ayala. He used to have some closing opportunities back in the day. Behind the plate, you got, as I said, Matt Wieters, only 26-year-old and 93 overall. He's going to be your catcher for a long time coming. Backing him up, you got Taylor Teagarden. Not that great in the contact, but pretty good power numbers against lefties and righties. Then most likely, you're probably gonna play Chris Davis at first base. Good contact, more of a power guy, but he's also gonna strike out a lot, so that might be a problem for you. Travis Ishikawa behind him, not really a great backup choice. Only a 69 overall. Decent contact numbers, kind of okay on the power. At second base, you got Alexei Casilla, who's got good contact, not a lot of power, but he can bunt. He's got some speed. He can get on base for you. And you also have Brian Roberts, who's starting to age a little bit. As you can see, he's got some pretty decent contact, but not a lot of power. And the speed and fielding is starting to go down in his age. But behind them, you have Ty Kelly, who's only 24, with a 73 overall, and Jonathan Shoup, who's 21 and a 71 overall. So those guys are kind of going to be the future of that position for you. Both have good contact numbers. Not great on the power, but that's all right. Third base, you got Manny Machado, who obviously is going to be another one of those staples of the team going forward. Only 20 years old with a 76 overall and an A potential. That's pretty good. Behind him, you got Danny Valencia, and also Wilson can't find a betterment. He's going to be a good guy. You might actually want to use him maybe in the DH spot. Really good contact against righties and some kind of okay power numbers. In shortstop, you got J.J. Hardy, 30 years old, 81 overall, B potential, good durability, good fielding. He's going to put up a little bit of an offensive numbers. As you can see, he's got some power against righties, but not really against lefties, but pretty decent contact numbers. In left field, you got Nolan Reimel, 29, 74 overall. Decent contact, decent power. Just kind of a mediocre player across the board, as you can guess from his 74 rating. Behind him, you got Nate McLouth, who's down to a 63 overall. He can play against righties. Probably wouldn't play him against lefties. Decent speed, can kind of field. But, he's getting up there in age. Center field, obviously Adam Jones, one of the other young superstars for this team. Great durability, great contact, great fielding. He's going to be your center fielder for the foreseeable future if you're going to be playing with the Baltimore Orioles. In right field, you got Nick Markakis, obviously great contact on the power, but he's got great fielding, and he's a very durable and clutch player for you. And also backing him up, you got Connor Jackson and Lou Ford. Not really much to be looking forward to in the future. So yeah, those are the Baltimore Orioles. I mean, they have some big key players, but then they have a bunch of mediocre players that might end up being a problem if you're going to be doing a franchise with them. If you like this video, I'd appreciate if you subscribe up top, give it a like down below, and in the comments down below, if you could tell me who your favorite player on the Baltimore Orioles is, that would be great for a little conversation we could have in the comments. If you want to have more of a conversation, you can hit me up on Twitter at ThatSportsGamer. I'd really appreciate a follow or a like on Facebook at facebook.com/ThatSportsGamer. Either way, I'm going to keep breaking down teams in MLB 13 the show, and I look forward to seeing you back here again.